I hear the drones before I see them, a sound that's become the city's unofficial anthem. It's not a roar, not a whine, but a high-frequency hum that vibrates in your teeth, like a million electric bees combing the sky, searching for a single fleck of pollen that doesn't belong. They move in perfect, terrifying unison, their algorithms weaving an invisible net across the twilight. Each one is an eye, an ear, a node in a system that never sleeps. Their cones of light sweep the alley where I'm pressed into shadow, my back against the cold, recycled composite of the wall. I'm counting the seconds between passes, a rhythm I know better than my own heartbeat. The light is sterile, clinical. It doesn't just illuminate, it analyzes. It scans for heat signatures, for unregistered biometric markers, for the subtle tells of a human body trying to be invisible. I hold my breath, not just to stay quiet, but to minimize the carbon dioxide bloom that could give me away. 5, 4... A gap in the patrol pattern, a calculated blind spot that exists for only a handful of seconds. 3, 2, now. I move, a shadow detaching from other shadows, my feet silent on the grimy pavement. It's 2048, and Gaza doesn't look like a city anymore, not in the way the old stories describe, with their chaotic, vibrant human messiness. It looks like a decision, a statement rendered in chrome and fiber optics. A meticulously planned, perfectly executed answer to a question nobody remembers asking. Skyscrapers cut the air, silver and surgical, their surfaces shimmering with embedded data streams. They weren't built for people, not really. They were built to house the servers, the cooling systems, the nerve centers of the grid that runs our lives. Maglev's whisper from Gaza City to Jerusalem faster than thought, frictionless and silent. They carry the privileged, the compliant, the ones whose biometric signatures are clean. For them, the world is seamless. For us, it's a wall. The war that bent the world, the one they call the last resource war, snapped the old alliances, then stitched them back together in stranger shapes. It wasn't about ideology anymore. It was about stability, about control. The United States, seeking to stabilize its interests in a volatile new landscape, took the map. They partnered with Israel, whose own security apparatus had become the global gold standard, and together they drew a new order with steel and code. Gaza became the pilot program, the showcase, a model city for a new era of managed existence. At street level, everything has a pulse. The traffic lights that communicate with the vehicles, the doors that scan your face before granting entry. Even the water taps that dispense your exact daily ration, all slaved to the net, the central nervous system of the city. Above, AI drones patrol the grid, their movements a form of digital ballet. On the ground, the officers walk in pairs, their steps fall with a rhythm no human could maintain for long. They have skin that looks human, a synthetic polymer that mimics warmth and texture, but they have eyes that don't blink. Ever. Just optical sensors, constantly streaming data back to the core. They move like memory, with a certainty that feels ancient and absolute. Because that's what they are, digitized consciousness patterns from retired police and soldiers, repurposed into law. Their instincts, their biases, their years of experience, all codified and uploaded into these tireless shells. They remember faces from a lifetime ago, and they certainly remember mine from last week's supply run. Their facial recognition is flawless, cross-referencing gait, posture, and even the rhythm of your breathing. People call it dark AI, a whispered name for the omnipresent system that governs us. But that's just the friendly version, the bogeyman they tell their children about. The real name, the official one, is the Iron Dome. No longer just a shield in the sky against rockets, but a dome of logic around every breath you take. It's a predictive system, designed not just to react, but to prevent. Bio-authentication runs the gates, the food distribution centers, the medicine dispensaries, the jobs. Your identity is a constant, streaming verification of your heart rate, your retinal pattern, your very DNA. If the dome decides you are not you, if your biometrics drift even slightly from your baseline due to stress, illness, or fear, you don't exist. You become a ghost in the machine. The glittering core of the city, the green zone, runs on privilege and compliance. There, life is a seamless, curated experience. Food is plentiful, water is pure, and the AI is a helpful concierge. The rest of us live out here, in the fringe, where the glass and chrome end and the sand begins to reclaim the land. We live in the bones of the old city, retrofitted and jury-rigged to survive. Out there, the AI security wall throws a long shadow, both literally and figuratively. It's the hard border between the managed world and the forgotten one. Supplies are rationed by barcode, your allotment calculated by the dome based on your compliance score, your health metrics, your predicted value to the system. The desert swallows what falls through the cracks, and people try not to scream when their subdermal implants chirp that final damning phrase, access denied. It's a death sentence delivered by algorithm, but there's a heartbeat under the concrete, a pulse the dome can't quite measure, a rhythm that's deliberately out of sync with the city's hum. We call it the resistance. It's not a grand army, it's a network of whispers, a conspiracy of care. It's not loud. Loud gets you erased. It's not cinematic. There are no soaring speeches or heroic charges. There is only the quiet, grinding work of survival. It's careful, so careful it hurts. Every move is weighed, every risk calculated. Kareem built it from silence. He's our architect, our planner. If you ask who he was before the new order, you'll get a shrug. A systems engineer maybe. A musician. The past is a luxury we can't afford. If you ask what he is now, you'll get a plan. A precise, terrifyingly elegant strategy for staying alive. He reads the city like music, not the melody of the maglevs and the drones, but the silence in between. He finds the rests, not the notes, the gaps in the surveillance, the moments the system blinks. When we move for medicine. For Layla, our biohacker and medic, who keeps a clinic running on scavenged parts and sheer force of will. She needs insulin, antibiotics, things the dome rations with cold indifference. We move for water. For Omar, our logistician, who knows the old sewer lines and service tunnels like the scars on his own hands. He finds the unmonitored aquifers, and we move for data, for information. Because in this city, knowledge isn't just power, it's survival. No heroics, no headlines, just the quiet work of keeping each other alive. We ghost the wall, grab the crates from compromised delivery drones, and vanish into the rail shadows before the officers can triangulate our heat signatures. We use thermal blankets, coolant sprays, anything to break the clean data profile they expect. They say the dome can read micro-expressions from 200 meters away, detecting the flicker of fear or deception before you're even aware of it yourself. They say it can hijack a motor cortex, making your own hand betray you, forcing you to press a button or drop a package. They say it can push a thought into your mind like a whisper, a seed of doubt or paranoia that feels entirely your own. So, we trained. We had to. We became monks of a new, desperate religion. We learned to hold our faces like stone, practicing for hours until our expressions were blank canvases, giving the AI's algorithms nothing to read. We call them stone-face drills. We mapped our minds. Amina, a teenager who grew up knowing nothing but the grid, taught us how to build noise gardens in our heads, complex, looping thoughts, recursive poems, anything to create cognitive static that the dome can't parse. Some of us, most of us now, are bioengineered, but not by the system, by our own. Layla gives us better lungs for the dust-choked fringes, and Amina designs the subdermal mesh that helps us withstand the EMP flickers the system uses to disable unauthorized tech. It's a constant arms race, fought on and inside our own bodies. We are the last frontier the dome has not yet conquered, and every day we survive is a victory.